Remember, I told you that God is all about relationship.
大家各位记得，我们说过，上帝给我们，就是上帝所教导的是，基本上是关于关系，我们跟神的关系，我们跟人的关系。
So God is everything, and He's life.
神是万有拥有的，他就是生命。
And in order for us to be born, we need to have a mother and a father.
我们为了要能够来到世界上，我们必须要有母亲跟父亲。
Now, if mom and dad do their job the way God intended them to do,
如果说父母亲是照神给他们计划来养育我们的话，
then I will look like God.
那我就会看起来就像神一样。
Simple, right?
很简单，不是吗？
But sometimes things don't go right.
但事情总不是那么的顺利。
And mom and dad don't do it exactly right.
我们的父母亲并不完全照神的计划来教养我们。
And I come out looking like this, a little bent out of shape.
那我们看起来就像这个英文字母，虽然写的是我，但是那个字已经有点歪歪曲曲的。
Or I come out like this, with lots of troubles on the top of me, oppressed.
或者是我看起来就像这个英文这个两个英文字母一样，好像有很多的重担在上面，以至于我被压缩了。
Now sometimes things happen, like divorce or death.
有的时候，不幸的我们父母离婚了，或是有一方先不在人世了，
And mom moves away.
妈妈也离开了我。
So I start looking like this.
假设是母亲离开了我，那我就变成是很倾向父亲那一边。
Or it could be the other way around. Where dad is out of the picture. And I start looking like this.
那如果我成长过程中我的父亲并不在身边，那我看起来就像是这个样子。
So the only way I can start looking like God is whatever I am, if I forgive mom and dad.
如果我们要回复我们本来应该像神的样子，那我们要做的首先就是原谅我们的父母，
Then God can restore me.
神就能够恢复我们，
And I can start looking like God.
我就能够看起来像神。
So from God, through forgiving,
所以从神来了，我们选择原谅，
then I'll be who He meant me to be.
我就能成为他要我本来成为的样子。
So let's see in ways that we need. In Genesis, God created Adam and Eve.
在圣经创世纪里面记载，神创造了亚当与夏娃，
And He had the perfect relationship with them.
神呢有非常美好的关系跟这个亚当夏娃。
So if we look at the Garden of Eden, the first thing He told them was, you may eat of anything in the garden, but not from the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
所以第一个记载说，神告诉亚当夏娃，你们可以在我园子当中随意行走，并吃各样的树上的果子，但是唯有分辨善恶树上的果子，你们不能吃。
So boundaries, He set boundaries for Adam and Eve.
所以神已经为亚当夏娃设定了他们生命当中的界限。
We all need boundaries.
我们都需要界限帮边界来保护我们。
When you drive on the roads, you have to stay on the correct side. That is a boundary.
当你开车在路上的时候，你必须要在开在你给你的那个路径上，那个是给你的边境。
You have to stop at the stop signs and the red lights. That's a boundary.
你必须停在 stop sign 或者是红灯。
Now, parents are supposed to give boundaries to their children.
父母亲本来是应该给他们的孩子的这个界限，来限制他们，保护他们。
They cannot climb on the table during dinner time.
孩子们不能在吃饭的时候爬到桌上。
They must speak with respect.
他们对父母说话必须要带着尊敬。
They can't run around the store.
不能在店里面跑来跑去。
They can't run out on the street in front of the cars.
更不能跑在马路上，在尤其车子在跑的时候。
So those are boundaries that parents are supposed to give their children.
对，这些都是父母应该为了保护孩子给他们的限制。
If, as parents, you don't give boundaries, then the child goes all over the place and there is no security because they don't know where they're supposed to be.
做父母的如果并没有给孩子一个限制，那孩子就会变得放荡不羁，而没有安全感。
And the law gives us boundaries. We don't let a 13-year-old drive a car.
那人为的法律给我们这个限制，他们并不会让13岁的孩子开车。
If, as a parent, you allow your 13-year-old to drive a car, then you are giving inappropriate boundaries.
如果做父母的，你给你13岁的孩子开车，那你就是给你孩子不适当的限制。
Now, the next thing God did with Adam and Eve, He gave them bonding.
下一个神所给亚当跟夏娃，就是给他们人际关系的连结。
We know that because the Bible tells us that God walked in the garden in the evening with Adam and Eve, and they fellowshiped.
圣经记载，在伊甸园当中呢，神常常在风吹的时候呢，来探访亚当跟夏娃，他们神跟2个人之间有非常好的关系。
They could share what was on their hearts.
他们可以分享他们的心情。
And God could share with them what was on His heart.
神也可以跟他们分享神所心的心事。
As parents, we are supposed to bond with our children.
做父母的也是一样，你应该与你的孩子有这样子的关系。
By listening to what's on their hearts.
倾听他们的心声。
And sharing what's on our heart.
也把你的心事诉说出来。
Unfortunately, sometimes as parents, we don't share with our children whether we're angry, tired, happy, sad. We just pretend that everything's okay.
但很不幸的，我们做父母的常常，即使不管我们喜怒哀乐，我们都是装作若无其事，不把我们的心事跟我们的孩子诉说。
And sometimes we don't let our children tell us how they feel, or when they do, we scold them and say, you shouldn't feel that way.
我们甚至也限制我们的孩子，我们不让孩子告诉我们他们的心事，甚至告诉他们你不应该这样想。
And when you're doing that, then you are not giving bonding.
当你这样做的时候，你并没有跟你的孩子建立这样的关系。
Bonding is important for relationship.
这个连结在关系上是非常重要的。
The next thing is blessing. As parents, we're supposed to bless our children.
接下来所给的是祝福。我们做父母的本来应该要祝福我们的孩子。
We should tell them that we're proud of them.
我们应该告诉他们说，我为他们感到骄傲。
Encourage them to do well.
鼓励他们来上进。
Help them when they need our help.
在他们需要帮助的时候，给他们帮助。
Now, sometimes we get mixed up and we criticize our children.
有的时候我们搞混了，我们批评我们的孩子。
And we think that it is because we are giving them direction.
我们以为说我们在批评的时候，实际上是给他们帮助，给他们指示。
Direction should come in boundaries.
指示应该是从限制来的。
When we put our children down, then we are not blessing them.
当我们让孩子失望的时候，我们就没有办法祝福他们。
Now, the last thing, okay, we know that God blessed Adam and Eve because He said, "Be fruitful and multiply and increase."
我们知道神是祝福亚当夏娃，因为神告诉亚当说：“你们要繁衍后代，你们要多结果子。”
Now, the fourth thing is dominion.
第4样事情就是统治。
Dominion is letting you be in charge of what is rightfully yours.
统治的意思就是说，你可以管理那属于你的东西。
Dominion from a very young age is important so that we learn to make decisions.
这个是非常重要的，因为可以帮助我们从年少的时候就可以学习如何做决定。
So for a very young child, say like 4 years old, dominion would be, you would say, do you want to wear the red pajamas or the green pajamas?
就好比一个4岁的小孩子，他要做决定是说，你要穿红色的还是绿色的睡衣。
They have dominion and exercise choice over what they own, named pajamas.
他们有这个做决定的权利来决定说他要穿什么颜色的睡衣。
And when they're older, we can give them dominion over their own room.
我们等孩子再大一点之后，我们可以给他如何管理他房间的权利。
And when they're old enough and show responsibility, then they have dominion over their own driving or their car.
等到他们再大一点，当他们显示出他们责任感的时候，我们就可以给他们开车的权利。
And as they go through the years, they will learn how to make decisions.
等到他随着时间，他们长大，他们就学习到更多如何做决定。
You see, you always want to give them the opportunity to make non-fatal decisions.
我们做父母的要常常把握机会，给孩子做一些并不是致命的一些重要这种决定。
So if the child wants to run out on the road and play on the street and it's too dangerous, then you say no.
所以当孩子要跑到马路上玩球的时候，当然是说不行，因为很危险。
You can choose to either play on the baseball diamond or you can play on the jungle gym.
你可以告诉他说，你可以决定说，你要去棒球场那边玩，还是说你要去那个小朋友玩的体育场那边玩。
So we teach them dominion.
所以我们教他们如何去做决定，如何管理。
Now, I just want to give you a little background here. I have 3 children who made it to adulthood.
那我跟各位介绍一下我的背景。那Marcia牧师呢，他是有3个孩子，这3孩子都已经是长大了。
And I learned a lot along the way, and so I'm passing some of this on to you.
那我在养育我3个孩子的过程中，我学到很多，我如今把这些经验跟各位分享。
I didn't always do it right, but the Lord is good.
我并没有总是做对的事情，但是我的神是美好的。
So now I want you to think about you and your parents.
现在我要各位思想你跟你的父母。
Did they give you appropriate boundaries?
你们的父母有没有给你们合宜的限制？
Sometimes boundaries are too strict,
有的时候那个限制太严格了，
where you feel like you cannot even breathe without permission.
甚至你连呼吸的权利都没有，还要先得到允许才能呼吸。
I remember when growing up, my grandfather was so strict that we could not laugh at the dinner table.
我记得我小时候，猫小牧师小时候，他的祖父是非常严格，所以他在吃饭的时候，在桌上都不能够笑。
That was too much.
这对我来说实在是不能接受。
And then at the same time, you have to have boundaries so that everybody in the family can work together.
但是你仍然还是要有限制，所以家庭成员才能够和谐的住在一起。
So now here's what happens. Sometimes you get boundaries that are not complete. In some things you can do anything you want, and some things you're very restricted.
有的时候呢，我们被给予的限制并不是很完全。有些事情我们限制非常多，有些事情我们却好像没有什么限制。
So then it comes to bonding, and this is what happens sometimes.
现在呢，所示范的就是在关系上面的连结所发生的情形。
So then if you don't have enough bonding, you always feel lost.
如果你在关系上并没有足够的连结，你总是感觉到你好像迷失了。
You notice there are no high cards here.
你们注意到这个扑克牌上面，在第2行并没有一个号码比较大的牌。
How about blessing?
在祝福上面。
You got the idea. You got a lot. You could get a lot of blessing, but not much bonding.
那在这个例子里面，各位可以看到，好，我们有很多的牌，所以我们好像得到了很多的祝福，但是却没有在关系上有足够的连接。
So then, how about dominion?
那在管理方面呢？
So now this person has a lot of dominion.
那现在例子中这个人，他在管理上面，他有很多的范围，他可以管理。
So much. The question is, do they know how to make good decisions?
因为他可以管的事情太多了，那问题就是说，他知不知道如何做正确的决定呢？
Because they can do whatever they want.
因为基本上他可以做任何的决定，他可以做什么，他什么事情他都可以做。
So now here, if this is you, where you had some boundaries, a little bit of bonding, a lot of blessing, and lots of dominion, when you start entering the quote game of life, relating to other people, then you're going to have a hard time because you don't have a full deck. You don't have everything that you need.
所以说，假设你们各位的状况就像这样子，你有生命当中成长过程当中，你被给予很多限制，你跟你的父母在人际关系并没有很好的连结，然后你父母给你蛮多祝福了，他也给你很多事情、很多事物，你可以去管理，可以去统御。但是当你成长以后，当你进入了社会，你要跟人家有交际的时候，有交流的时候，你却没有扑克牌有52张牌嘛，你有很多牌，事实上你并没有，因为你所被给予的并不完全。
On the bottom of your paper is a line with 5 in the middle. And it says +6, +7, +8, +9, and +10.
各位的表格在第1章下面有个表格，从0到10。
So in the chart there that it says boundaries, I want you to consider what kind of boundaries you had from your parents. Now this is how you see it. It doesn't how your sister or your brother or your uncle saw it, how you see it.
马小牧师要各位做的，首先在第1行，在限制方面，请你们回想，在你成长过程当中，你的父母给你怎么样子的限制？是很多的限制，还是很少的限制？是你自己怎么想？你不要管你的兄弟姐妹怎么说他，有可能你的哥哥姐姐说，父母亲都比较聪明，他给你很多自由，不要管他们怎么想，你自己。